What's up guys, and today we are playing Treasure in the Royal Tower. Also gonna turn down this music because...
Dear George, so much for my Wisconsin ski vacation. I arrived here at Wickford Castle last night, just before a blizzard swept in. The mountain is completely shut down, and the surrounding roads are closed.
Alright, the voice volume is okay because we need to hear that.
Hi there, it's me, Nancy Drew. You're just in time for my latest mystery, Treasure in the Royal Tower. Choose your difficulty level to start off. If you're new to adventure games, you might want to click the tutorial button first for a few tips on how to play the game. Hi there, it's me, Nancy Drew.
That's gonna come back again. Okay. We are playing Senior Detective today, and this is honestly, I think, one of my favorite games. Maybe top 5? I don't know. Could change. I've played a lot of the games already. The only two that I have not finished completely are the last 2 games. And then, of course, the ones that were really random, like Resorting to Danger, the other one. I didn't really care too much for those because they weren't the same vibe. But yeah, I really like this one.
Dear George, so much for my Wisconsin ski vacation. I arrived here at Wickford Castle last night, just before a blizzard swept in. The mountain is completely shut down, and the surrounding roads are closed. I think I'm one of the few guests who made it to the castle at all. The place is huge and old and slightly creepy under the circumstances. You should hear this wind. What's more, the owner, Christy Lane, my father's friend, is away on business. I tried to ask the caretaker, Dexter Egan, how I could contact her, but he said he didn't know. Doesn't that seem odd? I couldn't help feeling like there was something he wasn't telling me. All this makes me a little nervous, but I'm determined to enjoy myself. After all, this is a vacation, right? I have big plans to explore the castle. That Ezra Wickford, the original owner, must have been quite a character to have built such an extraordinary place. It's filled with strange, dead-end corridors, for one thing. And I noticed one of the towers is totally different from the other ones. Of course, I'll have to save some time to meet Jacques Brunet, the French ski instructor. Tell Beth she'll be the first to know if he's half as gorgeous in person as he looks on his website. So, George, I guess things never quite go according to plan, but at least this time, the culprit is just a snowstorm. Talk to you soon. Love, Nancy. Now all I need is a mailbox.
We do need to write this down. Cool, we got a phone in the mail.
Hi, you've reached Ned at Omega Chi Epsilon. I'm not here to take your call right now, so please try again later. Thanks.
You've reached the Fane residence, but no one's home to take your call. Please run 5 laps around the castle and try again later.
Okay, this is the menu. Baby back ribs with creature of the night barbecue sauce. Fried bologna sandwich, supreme white bread, crushed potato chip, sprinkles, 50 cents, anchovy heaven, Caesar salad with eternity of garlic croutons, hot diggity, all you can eat fried chicken drumsticks, something smoking chili cheese dog, better than nothing, broccoli surprise, sugar crusted rhubarb jerky royale, key to enlightenment, lime pie, seed of banana man, chocolate mania, white cheddar ice cream log, desserts $4. Sassy detective. Verdict on what makes a case truly irresistible. What's in her bag? Amateur detectives and the sleuthy gadgets. They won't leave her without. Fingerprinting 101. Is that SD powdering her nose or working out a keypad access code?
I'd better take my key with me.
This doesn't work, but whatever. It'll work later.
Hello, Miss Drew. Did you get squared away upstairs?
Yes, thanks, Mr. Egan. My room is charming, but I think there's something wrong with my radiator. It hisses, and there's a clanging noise, too. Would you mind checking it out for me?
Sorry about that inconvenience, but you're just gonna have to sit tight for a while. I'm the only one on duty while the owner's away, and around here it seems like even if it ain't broke, it still needs fixing. Last time I checked, there were only 24 hours in a day, and now to make matters worse, there have been a couple of incidents.
I hope it's nothing serious. The owner, Christy Lane, is a friend of my father's, and I know how much she loves this castle.
Everything's under control. Is there something else, Miss Drew?
I just need a stamp to send this letter, and then I'll be off to explore the castle.
Well, I can take your letter, but the mail's not going anywhere for a while. It's snowing like there's no tomorrow out there. So explore all you want. Take the grand tour. But forget about the library. It's off limits.
Off limits?
Someone vandalized our historic library. Really turned the place upside down. The owner, Miss Lane, she's gonna be pretty upset.
Why would anyone want to vandalize the library?
I have no idea. I straightened up in there before check-in yesterday and everything was fine. Now it looks like a bomb went off. Books everywhere and somebody hacked a big hole in one of the walls. I locked the place up and called the police, but who knows when they'll be able to get here.
Wow, a hole in the wall? What do you think they were looking for?
I can't tell, but somebody's definitely after something.
What else has gone wrong?
Well, this Professor Hotchkiss just called me in a terrible flap, saying our room's been robbed. I went up there, but she wouldn't open the door to talk about it. Wouldn't even tell me what was missing. So what's she want me to do about it?
Sounds like you're swamped, Mr. Egan. Is there any way I can help?
Well, Hotchkiss has a pair of ski boots in the basement. The Frenchman's been working on him for her, but he won't deliver him. Says he's a ski instructor, not a bellhop. I hate to ask this, but if you could grab those boots and bring them up to her, it might smooth her feathers. Sure would smooth mine.
Can you do something about my radiator?
Sorry, not yet.
So, how long have you been working here?
A while.
Okay. See ya, Mr. Egan.
You're a trooper.
Hi, I'm Lisa. Did you hear what happened? Someone broke into the library and vandalized it. Dexter locked it up. He's saying the culprit must be one of us in the castle. Can you believe it?
Yeah, Dexter just told me the library is a disaster area and that it's totally off limits.
Too bad, huh? I'm dying to see what they did to it. Don't quote me on this, but I think Dexter has an extra key to the library somewhere around his desk.
I guess you've really got your finger on the pulse around here. Any other castle scandal I should know about?
Oh, we got scandal, honey. Professor Hotchkiss is claiming she's been robbed, for one thing. But the real scandal is downstairs. His name is Jacques Brunet.
What's the scandal with Jacques Brunet?
Va-va-voom. Scandalous cuteness, of course. Didn't you watch the last Winter Olympics? He's France's big cheese of skiing. He holds the record for the 500-meter slalom, but he totally choked at the games. I guess he's washed up now. But at least his looks haven't gone down the tubes.
This place sounds like a soap opera.
Oh my gosh! Wait till you hear this! Hotchkiss is this nutty old woman who's always typing and talking to herself in her room. I was walking past her door earlier, and I heard her screaming that her room had been robbed.
Wow. Did she say what was stolen?
Not that I could hear. She just kept wailing, "My theory, my theory." I think she teaches history, or maybe a foreign language. I thought I heard a couple of French words pop out of her mouth. But don't quote me on that either. I only barely passed Spanish in high school.
Do you have a theory about all this?
Hardly. I'm just a humble photojournalist covering weird old mansions in the Midwest, and this place is one of the weirdest. Did you know Ezra Wickford, the original owner, shut himself away in here for like 50 years?
You must know a great deal about this place.
Not really, but I sure want to get into that tower that came from France. It'd be great for my story. Too bad Wickford sealed it off. Maybe it's his ghost making those creepy noises at night.
What noises?
Oh, just your average bump in the night sound effects. It's probably just Dexter trying to spook up the hotel for the publicity. I mean, did we stumble onto the set of As the Castle Turns or what? Well, you probably want to get settled. I wonder what we're gonna do with ourselves while we're all cooped up in this place.
I'll let you get back to your magazine.
Stay warm.
The storming of the Bastille. On July 14, 1789, an angry Parisian mob stormed and captured the old royal prison, known as the Bastille. The mob was looking for weapons and ammunition. The governor was killed. 7 inmates, none of them political prisoners, were freed. After the prison was overthrown, its thick walls were torn down. When told what had taken place, King Louis XVI exclaimed, "Why, this is a revolt." "No, sire," was the reply. "It is a revolution." And indeed, this first outbreak of violence marked the true beginning of the revolution. After July 14th, there was no going back. The mob who participated in the takeover later became known as the, French. Jean-Louis Beaufort. Looked like a K for a second. Born to peasant farmers, Jean-Louis Beaufort became one of the commanders of the French Revolutionary Army at the age of 22. He is best known for foiling Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette's attempt to escape Paris in June 1791. After hearing rumors of their planned escape, he organized troops to intercept the fleeing royal couple. The king and queen were captured at Varennes and escorted back to Paris as prisoners. The monarchy was finally overthrown less than 14 months later. He later became a general under Napoleon Bonaparte and a member of the new French aristocracy. He amassed great wealth and built a beautiful chateau that became known throughout the French upper class for its splendid library. He died in the War of 1812. Ironically, the great general was not killed by enemy soldiers, but by food poisoning that resulted from eating a can of rancid beef. The chateau remained in his name until the 1920s, when his then impoverished family was forced to sell off his estate. He's not here, so... We're gonna go to the locker now. I forgot to click on the triangle. That's cool. It's been a long time since I did this.
The combination is 517, but it's not working.
I think it ends up working for 311 or 309.
It's locked.
Did Hotchkiss get her boots?
Not yet, Mr. Egan.
That's a shame.
Okay. See ya, Mr. Egan.
Alrighty then.
Hi there, how's it going?
I'm dying to find a way into that tower. Where do they usually hide the secret entrances in weird old Midwestern mansions?
I guess I should know, shouldn't I? Too bad most of the places I've covered aren't any weirder than imitation butter. I wish you'd hurry up and find it, though, so we can check it out.
I'll let you get back to your magazine.
Later, Nancy.
We might be able to go there now, because I think he comes in at 2. Sorry for all the clicking. There is a lot of clicking in this game. In these games in general.
Bonjour, mademoiselle. Je m'appelle Jacques Brunet. So, what brings you to beautiful Wisconsin?
Bonjour. Je m'appelle Nancy Drew. I'm here on vacation. What's your excuse?
My excuse?
Yeah, what brings a professional skier from France to Wisconsin? Why not Aspen or Lake Tahoe?
I am here for Isabelle, mon petit chou. She's an American studying at the university in Madison, and I've asked her to marry me. That is excuse enough to be in Wisconsin, n'est-ce pas? And besides, I am not the first French work of art to end up here.
Work of art? What are you talking about?
I am speaking of the Queen's Tower, of course. It comes from the Chateau Rochemont in a town in France near where I grew up. Didn't you notice it when you drove in?
Why is it called the Queen's Tower?
Marie Antoinette used to visit this tower when she was Queen of France. Until she lost her head in the Revolution, that is. A pretty girl should not hear about such ugly things. But tell me, how will you spend your time here, Nancy?
Oh, I'm just going to wander around and become an expert on this castle.
I should warn you, Dexter is very protective of this place. He does not take kindly to people snooping around where they should not.
Thanks for the tip, but I think Dexter and I are going to get along just fine.
Get along just fine, you say? Ah, a woman who knows her own powers of persuasion. Elle est dangereuse, non? Ciao! Ah, Nancy, comment ça va?
Lisa told me you were in the Olympics. What was that like?
Disappointing, frustrating, humiliating.
Oh, what happened?
It was the worst day of my life. To fall flat on my face with my family, my country, and the rest of the world watching.
I need to bring Professor Hotchkiss her boots. Do you have them?
Yes, I fixed her boots. But you should be relaxing by the fire, sipping cocoa, Nancy. Not running errands for Dexter.
Dexter told me the combination to my locker, number 310, is 517. I tried it, but the locker won't open.
Dexter must be confused, because I think that is the combination for number 311. Try 311.
Tell me about these boxes you're making.
When I am not skiing, I need some other way to express myself. So voila! I make these hot boxes for keeping secrets safe. I'm sure you have many secrets, Nancy.
I'll talk to you later.
Allez, bye-bye!
That's completely in French. Still learning the language. Okay, so she's got like plenty different IDs. That is suspicious. And we're going to get these boots to Professor Hotchkiss.
Yes, hello? Is that Jacques with my boots?
Actually, it's Nancy Drew. But I do have your boots for you.
Oh, good. Boots, fine. Thank you. Everything is fine. Just leave the boots at the door, please. Yeah. Oh, and it seems I'm out of change. I'll just have to tip you the next time, Mandy.
No tip is necessary, Professor Hotchkiss. I don't actually work here. My name's Nancy Drew. I heard your room was robbed, and I'd like to find out what was taken so that Mr. Egan can report it.
Everything's under control, dear. Nothing to report. Thank you for my boots. My poor feet have been feeling so exposed.
Something's missing here. It's stuck. I'm not sure if I can make it. Alley-oop! Dead end.
Can I help you?
I was in the elevator and it got stuck between floors. I had to climb out the top and I just barely made it up to the floor above. Do you think you'll be able to fix it?
Well, I doubt it's broken. I'll check the power switch in the basement. Glad you're okay. But don't go climbing around the elevator shaft anymore. It's dangerous in there.
About my radiator, Mr. Egan. Do you think you'll be able to fix it anytime soon?
Sorry, not yet. Hotchkiss called to report that she got her boots. But now I'm told that the light is out in the back stairwell. Could you check the circuit breaker in the basement and make sure it's working?
Okay. See ya, Mr. Egan.
You're a trooper.
Hi there, how's it going?
So tell me more about the life of a photojournalist. It must be very glamorous at times.
Well, there's nothing glamorous about the pay, I can tell you that much.
Does your job take you to exotic, far-off places?
Well, there is a lot of travel. Too bad I'm so useless with foreign languages.
There was a little mix-up with the lockers, and I accidentally opened yours.
Yeah, and?
Well, I was kind of confused. I was just trying to see whose stuff was in there, and I found a bunch of IDs in your bag. They all had your picture and other people's names on them.
A savvy photojournalist always carries a couple of alternate identities, Nancy. When you're working under deadline, you don't always have time to play by the rules. I'm sure you know what I mean.
I'll let you get back to your magazine.
Later, Nancy.
Yes?
I don't want to pester you, Mr. Egan, but the radiator...
Thanks for dealing with the circuit breaker. Okay, we're really making progress here, kid. So, you go up to Hotchkiss's room and see what she wants for dinner. She's not answering her phone.
No problem, boss.
Ugh! Virginia Woolf never endured such interruptions. Who is it?
Hi, Professor. I thought you might be getting hungry in there. Could I relay a dinner order for you?
Oh, hard to think of food, Candy, when I'm riding the raging rapids of my theory. Oh, right now, I have plenty of pre-packaged energy globules to keep me going. But tell Baxter that I am developing a powerful craving for couscous. Yes, couscous for dinner would be splendid. I'll have a nice tip for you next time, Fanny.
She's really bad at remembering names.
This one goes nowhere.
Yes?
The professor says she has a hankering for, couscous.
Couscous? Never heard of it. Tell her to order something off the menu.
Okay. See ya, Mr. Egan.
You're a trooper.
Is that my couscous already?
Sorry, Professor, but there's no couscous in the house. You'll need to choose something from the hotel menu.
Well, I don't have a menu. At least not from this hotel. Oh, be a doll and fetch me one, will you, Tata? Did you get the menu?
Sure did. How about opening the door so I can give it to you?
Oh, you're a sneaky one. Just slip it under the door, please. Nice and easy. No funny stuff. Baby back ribs, yes. Oh, chili cheese dog, fried bologna sandwich. I'm not usually much of a meat eater, but very well. 50 drumsticks, please. Chicken, that is. Cluck, cluck.
Sure. 50 drumsticks. Whatever makes you happy.
Rock and roll, dear.
Can I help you?
The professor has changed her order. Seems she's developed an appetite for chicken drumsticks. 50 of them.
Okay then, drumsticks we got. Oops, but I guess Jock better take that bag of chicken legs out of the freezer. Will you tell him? And then take the rest of the day off, kid. Your radiator's as good as fixed.
Okay. See ya, Mr. Egan.
Goodbye.
Ah, Nancy, comment ça va?
Dexter needs you to defrost that big bag of chicken legs.
Oh la la la, what does he think I am? A sous chef?
I'll talk to you later.
Ciao.
Hello?
George, it's Nancy.
Great timing, Nancy. Bess and I were just saying how we wish we were out on the ski slopes with you. Hang on, I'll get her to pick up the other phone. Hey, Bess, our favorite detective's on the phone.
Hey, Nancy, how's the vacation?
I guess you haven't gotten my letter. Not only do I have a blizzard on my hands, but I may have stumbled onto another case, too. The castle library was vandalized, and one of the other guests says her room was robbed.
Boy, oh boy! Have you searched the library for clues yet?
Well, that's the thing. Dexter Egan, the caretaker, says it's locked up and off limits until the police can get here. But who knows when that'll be.
That's funny, Nancy. I didn't know the phrase off limits was even in your vocabulary.
Seriously, though, don't you think that your dad's friend, Christy Lane, would feel better knowing that you're on the case, at least until the police can take over?
She's right, Nancy. I mean, who knows what this Egan guy is all about anyway? Sounds like you're just gonna have to find an alternative entrance to that library.
Here I go again. Just hope I don't have to slide down the chimney.
And what about this robbery? Who got robbed?
I'm not sure. The guest's name is Professor Hotchkiss. I think she's a bit eccentric.
You mean weird?
Nutso?
A few sandwiches short of a picnic?
Okay, you guys. I just mean that I'm not sure how reliable her testimony will be.
Yeah, but she'll probably tell you something important, whether she means to or not.
I met my ski instructor, Jacques Brunet. He sure is French.
Ooh la la, those accents should be illegal.
I hate to break it to you, Bess, but he's engaged.
Now there's a real crime.
Right, Bess. Humanity is devastated.
I'm trying to meet with Professor Hotchkiss to find out what was stolen from her room, but she won't open her door to discuss it.
That's odd. I wonder what she's so nervous about. I'll bet she's hiding something in her room.
Like what, Bess? The elephant that trampled the library? She's probably just a little freaked. I mean, if her room really was robbed, you'll find a way to make her trust you, Nancy. I'll bet Bess's last slice of pizza on it.
Hey.
I met this nice woman, Lisa Ostrom.
What's her deal?
She's a photojournalist doing a story on the castle. She sure got me curious about that tower.
Oh yeah? Does she know where the entrance is?
I don't think so.
Well, keep an eye on her, Nancy. Those photojournalists are born snoopers, you know.
George, are you suggesting that Nancy is a second-class snooper? You're going to give our friend a complex.
Oh, right. Like Nancy doesn't know she's the prime minister of snooping.
Okay, you two. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye, Nancy.
See ya! Hello?
Hi, it's me.
How's it going, Nancy? Are things calming down around the castle?
Not unless you find it calming to climb out of a stuck elevator.
What do you mean, stuck? The elevator broke down?
Well, that's what I thought. Until I talked to Dexter, who said it was probably the power switch in the basement.
But, Nancy, how could the power switch just go off while you were in the elevator?
Maybe someone turned it off. But why?
That's what I'm wondering.
How did you climb out anyway?
I climbed through a hatch in the roof of the cab and just barely made it up to the next floor.
So you were standing on top of the elevator in the open shaft? Way up high? Ugh, just the thought of it makes my stomach do somersaults.
Anything interesting in the elevator shaft?
Just a metal ladder leading up to this ventilation duct or something. Nothing unusual, except that the cover for the duct looked like it was about to fall off.
Maybe someone needed to inspect the duct and forgot to replace the grate?
Or maybe the duct leads somewhere, like to buried gold, or a hidden...
Bess, that was Nancy's last case. She's in Wisconsin now, not San Francisco.
Okay, you two. I'll talk to you soon.
Watch out for weird people!
If he doesn't answer, we'll try again next time we are in this room.
Hello?
Ned, it's me.
Well, you're a sound for sore ears. Bess called me and told me your vacation is rapidly turning into another mystery. So what's the latest?
I think whatever's going on around here must have something to do with the castle's history and the tower that Ezra Wickford imported from France.
What do you mean?
It's just a hunch. I'll know more once I find my way into the tower. What's going on with you?
Ah, the usual. Just buried in books over here.
I'm trying to get into the library, but the door is locked and I can't find any other way in.
Maybe the detective entrance isn't through a door at all. There must be a more creative way to drop in on the crime scene.
You don't think I should just borrow Dextra's extra key from the front desk?
I don't know, Nancy. Waltzing right through the front door isn't very adventurous, and it might not be as easy as you think.
Put on your thinking cap. I need a hint.
I'd like to help, Nancy, but I think you'd better ask Bess and George. My brain is still recovering from midterms.
Bye, Ned.
Go get him, Nancy.
So we've talked to everyone.
There's something down there.
Okay, I hear you. Darn you crazy old man. I know you hid that thing around here somewhere. The least you could have done was left me a hint. I don't have time to clean this up.
Realistically, that would have made a lot of noise and alerted him. Hans Axel von Fersen was a Swedish French soldier and diplomatic agent who became a close friend of Queen Marie Antoinette during the early 1780s and went on to work for the counter-revolutionary movement after 1789. After Antoinette's execution in 1793, von Fersen wrote about her every year on the anniversary of her death, until his own death in 1810. Many scholars have concluded that he must have been in love with her. His diary recounts his political movements during this time and provides us with valuable historical insight into the political climate in France at the end of the 18th century. Thanks to the fine scholarship of Melissa St. John at the University of Michigan, this significant historical document has been uncovered and translated into English. Trouble in France continues to mount. The revolutionaries have forced the king and queen to return to their Tuileries in Paris, where they are living like virtual prisoners. I am working with the counter-revolutionaries to help the royal couple escape to England. June 18th, 1791. Everything is arranged. False passports, a carriage, disguises. Just after midnight on Tuesday, the king and queen, dressed as servants, will slip out of the city by coach. I will be their driver. I have instructed Marie to bring her jewels with her. If they are stopped, she may be able to bargain with the revolutionaries, her diamonds for her life. I can have no peace until I know that she is safe beyond the treachery of this revolution. June 27, 1791. Alas, what a cursed night. I had not expected that Commander LeBoeuf, Marie's most outspoken enemy, would be present at the checkpoint in Varennes. Marie tried to negotiate, but that scoundrel took her jewels and threw her at the mercy of his revolutionary apes anyway. I was helpless to stop him. She and Louis were escorted back to Paris like common criminals. This situation is grim indeed. July 1st, 1791. I still cannot speak to the Queen. She's kept under full-time surveillance. I'm awaiting orders from Vienna as what to do next, but I fear that it may be too late to save Marie or her husband. Thought of her suffering destroys me. So, just some tidbits about Wisconsin.
Sure is dusty.
True stories behind famous portraits. Marie Antoinette. Of the many great portraits painted by Marcel Bonnet during his career, none has fueled more controversy and gossip than this portrait of Marie Antoinette, which was completed only months before the Revolution broke out. It all began when King Louis, Marie's husband, commissioned an opulent jeweled tiara for her birthday. Set in the tiara were a ruby, an emerald, a sapphire, and a 52-carat diamond, bigger than any diamond ever before worn by French royalty. Marie was horrified by the tiara's extravagance and refused to wear it. It is even rumored that she referred to it as my crown of ruination, though no one knew what she meant by this. When it came time to have her portrait painted by the master, Bonnet, Marie insisted on posing away from the palace at Versailles in the tower room of the Chateau Rochemont, where she often visited to escape the growing turmoil in Paris. Further, the queen refused to be painted wearing the tiara. King Louis was furious, but Marie would not budge. She chose to ornament herself with a purple rose instead, not just a flower, but a symbol of her willful defiance of her husband's wishes. When the portrait was finished, she gave it to the Rochemonts in appreciation of their loyal friendship. Shortly thereafter, the revolution erupted in full. When Marie Antoinette and her husband were arrested, the queen refused to reveal the whereabouts of the tiara. Even after her execution, neither the tiara nor the magnificent jewels it contained were ever found. To this day, speculation and heated debate continues about what became of the Crown of Ruination. The painting is now in the hands of a private American collector. A sly rabbit will have 3 openings in its den. Gypsum bottles are so cool. The castle's been empty for many years now. These hallways just echo in rain. And oh, how I miss you, my one-time son. My anger is dissolved into pain. I still don't know why you... What? My wallet? The money could have hardly have mattered. That $50 I had given you twice. But instead, my poor heart you shattered. If only I could find you, we'd patch it all up, talk through it, as dad and son should. Perhaps you meant only to test my love. Perhaps you felt misunderstood. I want you to know that your old man forgives you. Old bygones are gone with me. So I've left you one keepsake to remember me by. You'll sure be delighted to see. Go out to the garden, my old thinking spot, my refuge in hours of dread. Your luck charm is stashed where no stranger would look, in the back of my old troubled head. So this is goodbye, dear Dexter. Farewell. You offered me much needed joy. I'll never forget all the laughter it brought me, my darling young, rascally boy. When he was good, he was very good. When he was bad, he was horrid. We're sorry to report that your son Dexter was caught in the school grounds last night throwing rocks at the gymnasium rendos. This is the second time he has been caught attempting to destroy school property. We fear Dexter is becoming a danger to himself and others. We have no choice but to expel him. Please contact us if you have any questions regarding this matter. Milwaukee Bank, Bank employees at the Milwaukee branch of First National Bank on 3rd Street helped police catch a young man who tried to cash counterfeit checks in their bank. September 6th at 2:30 p.m. The man came into the bank with phony checks and identification that matched everything on the checks. Milwaukee Police Sergeant Fred Leota said bank employees noted the license plate and a description of the car, called police, and identified the young man after Milwaukee police stopped the car. The suspect had been identified as Dexter Egan, 18, of Butteridge, the adopted son of prominent chocolate milk tycoon Ezra Wickford. He had 3 different sets of false ID matching the checks. Leota said, at 18, the kid is already like a pro. Egan was arrested on felony charges of possession of false ID for purposes of fraud, possession of counterfeit checks, attempting to pass the checks, and conspiracy. If convicted, he could face a prison sentence up to 20 years. As of last Friday, Egan was being held at the County Correctional Center on $50,000 bail, said a jail spokeswoman. Ezra Wickford could not be reached for comment, nor has anyone come forward to post bail for Mr. Egan. I've changed your will according to the directions you gave me in our meeting of May 21st. In the event of your death, Dexter will have no recourse to inherit Wickford Castle or any of your estate or financial holdings. Further, he will be unable to claim any association with or capitalize upon your name or reputation. I am currently proceeding with your request to annul your adoptive relationship to Dexter and to sever any subsidiary legal ties you may have to him. I will notify you when these procedures are finalized. On a personal note, allow me to say how sorry I am to hear of Dexter's criminal conviction and to urge you not to blame yourself. Sure, you did the best you could with Dexter, but some children just turn out to be bad eggs. Nonetheless, while your disappointment must be profound, I commend your prudence and pragmatism in the decisions you have made to protect your estate.
It's locked. It's locked. elevator's in the way. It's locked. It's locked.
Keep messing up.